Good afternoon and thank you for joining us on CoreTV News on the hour. I am Ebolomo Ogutoye. President Muhammadu Buhari has relieved service chiefs of the oppositions. The affected officers are Sambo Dasuki, National Security Advisor, Alex Bade, Chief of Defense Staff, Usman Jabrin, Chief of Naval Staff, Kenneth Menima, Chief of Army Staff, and Adesola Amosu, Chief of Air Staff. Suspected Boko Haram militants launched an attack on the prison in the southern Niger town of Difa late on Saturday, military sources said, in an apparent bid to free fellow members of the sect held there. 3 of the assailants and 1 soldier were killed before the attack was repelled. The sources said Boko Haram also attacked the prison in February. A second military source said the attackers may have been residents of Difa, as no one had seen them enter the town. Boko Haram is seeking to carve out an Islamic state in northeast Nigeria. Despite losing territory to an offensive by regional militaries this year, Boko Haram has carried out a wave of deadly attacks in Nigeria, Chad and Niger in recent weeks. The group has sworn allegiance to Islamic State, which has declared an Islamic caliphate in the large parts of Iraq and Syria that it controls. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has opposed a bail application made on behalf of a former head of service of the federal government, Stephen Oronsaye, after his arraignment before a federal high court in Abuja on Monday. Oronsaye's counsel, Chief Kanu Agabi, and that of the co-accused person, Oluwole Aladedoye, made an oral application asking the court to release their clients on bail. Agabi argued that under the new Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015, an accused person is entitled to bail and oral application. But EFCC's prosecutor, Aliyu Yusuf, argued that oral application for bail was not permitted in view of the provisions of Section 162 of the ACJA. He said bail could only be granted judicially and judiciously and based on materials in the form of affidavit evidence placed before the court. Yusuf asked the court to remand the accused persons to prison and sought an adjournment till Wednesday to enable him respond to the written bail filed by the defense. The proceedings are ongoing. A heat-up seemed to be brewing between the presidency and the Senate over the summon of the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Finance, Anastasia Umobia. Pro-Saraki senators are accusing the presidency of instigating the permanent secretary not to honor an invitation by the upper chamber. Umobia had communicated to the Senate that she could not honor its invitation without an approval by supervisors to do so, but the Saraki loyalists said the Senate had the constitutional power to invite Umobia and that a refusal constituted an affront to the legitimacy of the Senate president. The Saraki loyalists believe apparently rested on the alleged non-acceptance of his presidency by the All Progressives Congress and President Muhammadu Buhari. A pro-Saraki senator told newsmen in Abuja on Sunday, in his words, it will not augur well for our democracy if the presidency will not allow civil servants to do their jobs. We should not carry the crisis in the APC to the Senate. Both Saraki and the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, had spurned the party's directive on who to lead the National Assembly and had ridden on the back of an alleged alliance with the opposition People's Democratic Party. Members to clinch the leadership posts in both chambers. The APC had preferred Ahmad Lawan, a senator from Yobe State, as the president of the Senate. The Lawan group in the Senate on Sunday said it supported Umobia because Saraki was said to lack both legitimacy and the moral right to invite the permanent secretary to brief the Senate on the state of the economy. As President Muhammadu Buhari prepares for his U.S. trip to meet Barack Obama, the final decision on those who will make the delegation of President Muhammadu Buhari to the United States and other logistics on the impending trip will be taken on Tuesday. Buhari is scheduled to meet with Obama on July 20 at the White House. Topping the list of the agenda is Nigeria's current fight against the Boko Haram sect. There are reports that Buhari will be accompanied by 5 state governors, including Abiola Ajimobi of Oyo State, Rochas Okorocha, Imo State, Adams Oshomole of Edo State, and 2 others when he meets Obama in Washington, D.C. Lagos Pastor Tunde Bakare and former member of the House of Representatives Farouk Adamu were also said to have been penciled in as part of the delegation to U.S. But the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, told newsmen on Sunday that preparations for the trip were still ongoing. Adesina said final decision on the size of the delegation and its nature would be taken on Tuesday at a meeting of those saddled with the responsibility of organizing a hitch-free trip for the president and his entourage. The president is usually accompanied by government officials, including state governors, who by virtue of their status have something to do with issues to be discussed during such foreign trips. The White House had earlier issued a statement saying Obama would discuss a holistic approach to combating Boko Haram with Buhari during the meeting. The statement added that advancing economic and political reforms in Nigeria would also be discussed between senior government advisors from both countries during the visit. The presidency on Sunday said President Muhammadu Buhari would not force those who will emerge as his ministers and aides to take part in the salary cut. Buhari and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo had on Friday announced their decision to take only 50% of the salary approved for them by the Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission. The president's current annual remuneration as approved by RMAFC is put at 14,058,820 naira, but he had opted to be earning 7 million naira per year throughout his 4-year tenure. The vice president's annual remuneration is 12,126,290 naira, but he had opted to be earning 6 million naira per annum. The development fueled speculations that Buhari may force those he would appoint into cabinet to take the same decision, but senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, Garba Shehu, has said the decision taken by Buhari and Osinbajo on their salaries is personal to them. Shehu said the fact that the president and the vice president decided to follow the path does not make their decision a government policy. He said if Buhari wanted to make it a government policy for public office holders to cut their salaries, he would issue a directive to that effect through the proper channel. The RMAFC approved basic salary for ministers, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Head of Service of the Federation and Chairman of Constitutional Bodies at 2,026,400 naira per annum. Meanwhile, the Senate President, Bukola Saraki, has said it was under his leadership that the Senate first initiated moves to have a downward review of the total package accruable to legislators in the upper chamber immediately after their inauguration. Saraki, who spoke through his special advisor on media and publicity, Yusuf Olanionu, in Abuja, explained that the question of whether the Senate would follow the footsteps of the presidency by cutting salaries did not arise. Saraki said he invited the management of the Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission for a briefing on the actual amounts being received by lawmakers as salaries and allowances in line with his decision to maintain transparency in handling the affairs of the National Assembly. On the other hand, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, avoided giving a direct answer on whether he would follow the President's and Vice President's example by cutting his own salary by 50% or advising members to do so. Rather, he said a needs assessment committee would be set up to assess the financial cost of running the legislature. A special advisor on media and publicity Turaki Hassan quoted Dugara saying an independent committee of experts and professionals, including development partners, will be constituted with the sole mandate of conducting needs assessment of the House of Representatives. The assignment will be to determine the actual financial need of the House, including salaries, allowances, costs of running committees, public hearings on bills, and resolution. No member of the House will be part of the committee so as to insulate it from any influence. It's the CoreTV News and the Hour. Take a break and return with more. Don't go away.
This is what the people are saying.
You don't run a big economy with generator. They need to do more in terms of energy and power.
Many things to do for this Nigeria about lights, water, and new TT.
For Nigerians that are not gullible, we know that good laws have done nothing good for this country.
Buhari won the election convincingly.
Talk to your husband that you should keep promise about what you said, and because people are watching you, another election is coming.
Because some people will stand for Yoruba land, will be strong man. We don't die.
This nation is moving forward. The best is going to take place.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
Many thanks for being there with us, and for more on CoreTV News, you can visit our social media platforms. On Facebook, facebook.com/CoreTV News. Our Twitter handle @CoreTV News NG. On YouTube, youtube.com/CoreTV, with a space, the news. The All Progressives Congress has asked President Muhammadu Buhari to probe the administration of former President Goodluck Jonathan over $5.5 billion dividends said to have been paid to the federal government by the Nigeria Liquefied Natural Gas Limited. A statement by the National Publicity Secretary of the APC, Lai Mohammed, on Sunday urged the Buhari-led federal government to also probe the taxes and dividends accruable to the Jonathan administration through the NLNG in the last 6 years. The statement said apart from the said $1.6 billion NLNG payment for 2015, NLNG also paid $1.4 billion as income tax and education tax in May 2014, paid $0.3 billion as education tax to the federal government in 2011, 2012 and 2013, and $1.2 billion in VAT and withholding tax to the federal government since 2009. These payments, according to him, are just those made in the past 6 years alone. Hence, there were other payments before then. In addition, dividend payments totaling $4,728,136 was paid to the federal government between 2004 and 2009, out of which only $127,851,348.19 was credited to the federal government's independent account, with JP Morgan leaving a balance of over $4 billion. The APC says it wants to probe why the past taxes and dividends were neither fully paid into the Federation account nor shared by the three tiers of government, asking what happened to the funds. The APC's demand for probe was against the backdrop of an allegation by the People's Democratic Party that the $2.1 billion approved by Buhari to be shared among states of the Federation was from the excess crude account. The ruling party insisted that the $2.1 billion was not taken by the presidency from the ECA and that it was wrong and misleading of the opposition party to make such an allegation. The All Progressives Congress in Rivers State has dismissed claims by the People's Democratic Party that it is behind the takeover of local government secretariats in the states by the police. Rivers APC Chairman Davis Ibiamo in Kenya said in a statement issued on Sunday in Port Harcourt that the allegation against his party was baseless and without any foundation. Ikanya explained that the APC was not a lawless party like the PDP, insisting that his party has no hand in the occupation of the council secretariats by the police. The PDP has accused APC of being behind the takeover of local government secretariats in the state by the police. Meanwhile, security operatives that had been at various local government secretariats in the state have vacated the place. It was gathered that the vacation of the council secretariat was on the orders of the Inspector General of Police, Solomon Arase. A former Speaker of Ekiti State House of Assembly and chieftain of the All Progressives Congress, Femi Bamishile, has expressed confidence that the party will reclaim Ekiti from the People's Democratic Party in 2018. He describes the loss of the state to Governor Ayodele Fashe in 2014 governorship election under Kayode Fayemi's administration as a temporary setback. Speaking on Friday during a meeting he convened and attended by stakeholders from all the 16 local government areas. The ex-speaker, who defected to the APC about a year ago, said he had intentions to contest the 2018 governorship election. Bamishile enjoined members to embrace whoever is appointed minister from Ekiti by President Muhammadu Buhari as the leader of the party in the state. He also appealed to them to work hard for the party by reaching out to commercial drivers and motorcycles, teachers, civil servants, artisans, market men and women, and other critical stakeholders to make the dream of recapturing the state a reality. The new Commissioner of Police, Ogun State, CP Abdulmajid Ali, has read out riot acts to officers and men of the command to brace up and be more committed to duties, as they would not tolerate any crime or police unprofessionalism recorded in any part of the state. The commissioner made this known on Monday while addressing officers and men of the command in his Ilewiro office. He reinstated his dedication to the paradigm shift in the Nigeria police and the ongoing reform policies of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Solomon Arase, as well as his plan to implement same across board in Ogun State to have people-oriented policing. In a press release by Ogun State PPRO, DSP Olu Muyiwa Adejobi, Ali reiterates the launched platforms by the Inspector General of Police through which members of the public can lodge their complaints or ugly experience with the police personnel who engage themselves in unethical or unprofessional conduct. The platform includes CP's hotline 080-5588-5544, Force Complaints Officer 070-5679-2065, PPRO Ogun's number 080-371-68147 or 081-23-822-910. He assured the good people of the state of adequate security of lives and property and a respectful and professional police command that can make Nigeria proud globally. Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode on Sunday assured residents in Ekpe area of the state that the ancient town will witness infrastructural development in the course of his administration. The governor, who gave the assurance while speaking at a special Ramadan lecture held at the premises of the Ekpe Local Government Council, thanked the people for the support shown to the All Progressives Congress during the electioneering campaign, promising that the development of Ekpe is uppermost in his heart. He assured residents of the area that his government will reciprocate the gesture by carrying out infrastructural projects that would make life comfortable for them. The news of a community in Kwara State, Orago, hit headlines on the communal clash raging on between the Fulani herdsmen, leading to the arrest of some members of the community and taken to Abuja. This has also sparked protests and petition to the Inspector General of Police by the community through the National Human Rights Commission. In this report, CoreTV News crew visited the community to dig deep into the matter. Rashid reports.
Oroago community in the Iferodun local government area of Kwara State is known for its peaceful nature until last month when crisis erupted between the community and Fulani herdsmen. The herdsmen allegedly broke an agreement not to come with weapons at the market days. This led to fight which claims 2 lives, 1 each from both sides. However, 10 members of the community have been whisked away under questionable circumstances by the police And this leads to the Oroago community to petition the National Human Rights Commission. President of Oroago Development Union, Richard Olushola, accused the police of taking sides in a long-drawn feud between cattle rearers and farmers in the community.
To me, police, they are to serve us. They are to serve us. They are to ensure our security. All right? If police, that should ensure security, civil, as much as possible, now had to result into shooting, intimidating, and then resulting into brutality. Not protecting us any longer, then something must be fishing there. And that is why in my petition, I actually use one word, that they were working in tandem with the Bureaus.
The head of the National Human Rights Commission in Kwara State, Abdul Ghani Sulaiman, also affirms the receipt of the community's petition by the national headquarters.
The Human Rights Commission in Kwara State is not handling the matter because the petition is not received here. The petition was forwarded to our headquarters in Abuja. So the headquarters is handling the matter, and it's only the headquarters that can give you an update on where the matter is right now. The status quo should be maintained. Everybody should be at peace and allow the constituted authority to handle the issue. I can assure you that once the petition has been received by the Commission, they will definitely pursue it to a logical conclusion.
Defending the arrest of the community leaders, the State Police Public Relations Officer Ajayi Okesami noted that the state headquarters has no say in the arrest, as policemen came from the force headquarters in Abuja.
What I can say about that is, for now, the matter is out of Kwara State Police Command's hand. We did the preliminary investigation. We were asked to transfer the matter back to Abuja. And like you know, command is under the federal, it's under the force headquarters. So it is possible for them to have come, maybe in the course of the investigation, to pick 1 or 2 persons. And they don't have any reason to cause to us. They can only come to us to show them the way, you understand, to get into that place, since they are not domiciled in Kwara State. But now they have done that, the investigation is being handled by Abuja, and any inquiry will be directed to them at the force headquarters in Abuja, first CIE.
The Oloro of Oroago calls for calm and quick intervention from the state and federal government.
We just come to our aid because they create a lot of fear to our people. Because these bureaus, they were saying they will be coming and hundreds to come and attack us. They've been phoning our people here. They will soon come and deal with us. And I think the state government the federal government itself should do something between the community and the bureaus, because they've been causing havoc in other villages beside our town here.
However, efforts made to locate the Fulani herdsmen at the community has proved abortive, as they have fled their abode in the village, while several meetings fixed with leaders of the association at the state capital could not materialize. While efforts are ongoing to locate the whereabouts of the 9 arrested members of Oroago community, the question on the lips of many is why the state police was bypassed and arrest in a community clash was effected from the force headquarters in Abuja. However, with the look of things, the greatest gift that can be given to Oroago community once again is peace. Rashid, CoreTV News, Oroago, Kwara State.
Eurozone leaders have agreed to offer Greece a third bailout after marathon talks in Brussels. Amid one of the worst crises in the EU's history, the head of the European Commission said the risk of Greece leaving the Eurozone had been averted. Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras said that after a tough battle, Greece had secured a growth package and debt restructuring. Greece will now have to pass reforms demanded by the Eurozone by Wednesday. These include measures to streamline pensions, raise tax revenue, and liberalize the labor market. An EU statement spoke of up to £61 billion of financing for Greece over 3 years. Athens has been offered a third bailout. Bankruptcy, the spectre of a failed state, has been avoided, and Greece will stay inside the euro. But the deal has left many Greeks humiliated. It is not just the ranks of the left that are using the word surrender. Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras will have to rush key measures on pension reforms, tax increases, and a debt repayment fund through Parliament. It will be a bruising process. Only then will bridging loans be released that will enable Greece to meet a payment to the European Central Bank next Monday. And that's it on the news for this hour. Do join us again at 4 for more. Many thanks for watching. I am Ibulomo Okuntoye.